Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much, much more, but most importantly, the story itself. So the poster in Real World of No Mercy has Brock Lesnar hoisting a man, I think it was John Cena, on his shoulders for an F5 inside the logo for No Mercy. And I just love the fact that we've still got Brock Lesnar as the world champion or the undisputed top guy en route to making this show happen because, yeah, Brock Lesnar is so believable as the man.
Indeed.
How do you open No Mercy?
Well, you know how much I love women's wrestling.
Oh, yeah, and you treat them so good.
I do what I can. But of course, we have to start with new dominant, jaw-breaking killer Gail Kim coming out to defend her women's championship against Nydia.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Nydia in this telling has had the best career that she could.
Yeah,
like
possible for you. I think.
Like at least, even though Gail Kim had rough patches, she still had positives, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Nydia, she basically had nothing but. Don't get me wrong, the comedy was good, but she basically had comedy and nothing else.
Once that whole run with Jamie Nova was over, which I think was in, I still want to say like that was like 6-7 months. Like I don't think it was a whole year.
If we're lucky, it was a year. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's like less than a year of her career, and then I think the next couple of years she was in the business. She was just
nothing.
Yeah, not
basically
doing anything. So yeah, I like to. I tried to give her a little something to like really appreciate her time in the game. Of course, this is Eric Bischoff's handpicked warrior for the women's division anyway.
Yes.
And she it's Gail Kim. So you know she kicks Nydia's ass.
Of course.
But Nydia has her hopeful moments. Roll up here, roll up there. Couple seconds. Gail tries to cheat at one point. Ref catches her. Nydia goes for a roll up. Gets the 2.99999 at infinitum, as Excalibur would say.
Love hope.
Big hope spot. But it's got to end sometime. And Gail wrenches the arm, puts the foot up, eat the feet. And that's a 1-2-3 every time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the kid put up a great fight, and that's what we like to see. And, you know, Gail Kim's great.
Yes.
What more can I say? Next up, we have the tag title match. John Cena and Rhino versus the champions, Goldust and Billy Gunn. We got a call back pretty early on the match. Cena wasn't the legal man, tagged out to Rhino. Of course, Goldust doesn't know this. Rolls him up. The referee is like, I didn't do it this time. I remember. So...
you always gotta love when it all makes sense.
Yeah. Gotta appreciate a good callback. This is a good back and forth contest. But the breakdown pretty much gets to so Cena hits the attitude adjustment. It is the FU.
Yes.
Back then.
The same move, but
but different name.
Yeah.
On Billy Gunn through the announce table. So up top at the ramp because this is the old school Raw.
Yes.
So Billy's down. Cena runs back. He's obviously the legal man in the situation. So Goldust is fighting on his own. Billy's hurt because an AA off or FU anywhere painful.
Of course.
Goldust goes for the final cut. Lifts him a little too high enough for Rhino to sneak in and tear him in half with a disgusting gore. Cena just lands on top of Goldust because he was just hanging in the air.
Yeah.
And then ref's like, well, 1, 2, 3. We have new tag team champions.
Wow, okay.
But yeah, Kane comes out with Chris Salking and Sean O'Haire. versus Kurt Angle with Team Angle.
Whew.
And so chaos ensues pretty quick. Sheldon doesn't like how Chris is looking at him, so he just kicks him in the face. And then obviously that starts a melee at ringside because Sean's got to defend his boy.
Yep.
And then so the referee is like, yeah, we're not doing this. So let's see, you, Chris Jericho. Once you wake up, you get out of here.
So Stacey the last one.
Yep, Stacey was on the other side of the ring.
Cool.
When all the fighting was happening.
Perfect. Yeah.
Again, she's not a moron.
Yeah. Well, and I don't think she would last, if you will, when it came to fighting Sean O'Haire and Chris Jericho.
Definitely not. She wouldn't have made it, unfortunately. So they get ejected, and then we get back to the focus of the match. So Kane, I think to this point, probably the biggest guy that Kurt's wrestled since AEW started up.
Yeah, that feels accurate.
Yeah, because I don't think he's touched Brock yet. So,
which is something we need to get to, but
well, it'll happen eventually.
Of course,
baby steps.
And we know that these two have wrestled at WrestleMania before and other places, obviously. So it's no struggle to come up with images to represent the match,
Exactly.
which will be great.
Yeah, that's gonna be great for you when you edit this.
Yes.
But yeah, so Kurt, a lot of his focus, obviously, he's focusing. He really wants to hit a German suplex. Kurt gets real obsessive when he wants something. Just like in that match previously, not the last U.S. title match, but the one before, where he's like, I gotta pin both guys.
Yeah.
Like, he gets this idea in his head. He's like, I gotta keep working until I get it. So Kane, who's been around the block for a while, knows, well, I know how to avoid a German suplex. So every attempt breaks out of it. At one point, Kurt, a little lazy on his shot attempt, so Kane just kind of just snatches him up, hits one of his signature sidewalk slams. Which I will say, Kane, out of all wrestlers I've seen, has probably one of the best sidewalk slams in the business.
Him and Big Boss Man. Yeah.
Him and Boss Man. Absolutely amazing with that move. I think that's the one move he does excellently. It's unfortunately not a finisher, but good signature move.
Yes.
But yeah, so Kane's basically whooping Kurt's ass for a while. Kurt is kicking out, good with those late second kickouts. At one point, Kane goes for the choke slam. Kurt really gets Kane off his feet. The crowd's going, oh. But then Kane elbows out and then drops him with a big boot. Kurt rolls out of the ring. Stacey's like, hey, Sunshine, I need you to really, really focus up. This is for the U.S. title. This isn't just some match you're doing for fun.
Right.
Kurt nods. He understands. He gets the approval. And this is when Kurt really buckles down and starts getting back to his amateur wrestling roots. Hits a single leg, snatch single, blast double. And then Kane, little loopy on his feet, swings for the fences with a clothesline, bounces off the rope. Now Kurt gets him with a German suplex. And then Kurt's feeling the momentum, hits him with another German. Picks him up one more time, third German. Straps down, crowd's losing their mind. Kurt goes for the angle slam, Kane slips out, goes for the choke slam. Kurt reverses it, keeps a hold of the arm, wrist control, you know how it is. Hits the angle slam, and then rolls through somehow, and kind of brings Kane up with him, and then hits him with another angle slam for the 1, 2, 3. Kurt Angle retains the United States Championship. That's
cool. Yeah, I believe that Kurt, and Glenn too for that matter, are capable of making it make sense.
Yeah, I'm about to say they can piece it together. I know people crap on Kane now, but he was pretty good at his job back in the day. Randy Orton defending the Evolve title against Bubba and Abe. Can you guess what the match is?
It's almost like we could have kept the hardcore title around.
Yeah, it's a tables match.
Yeah.
So obviously, being a Dudley's table master. The funny thing with this match though is Bubba has figured out a way to put himself through a table multiple times without taking Randy with him.
Ooh.
So he, at one point, they're both on the apron, struggling. Bubba jumps for the Bubba bomb, but Orton just slips out of the full Nelson.
It's funny. I was actually thinking when you said tables match, I was like, without Devon, this is going to be challenging because
usually Devon does all the lifts.
Yeah, when I was thinking about his offense, Bubba's, I was like, yeah, I don't think that you're quite as suited for this as
Devon would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Not at all.
Interesting.
Yeah, it'd be different if Randy Orton did like a lot of dives too. We could ironically catch him with the Bubba Cutter to the table, like Orton did Christian that one time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what else? The apron spot to the table. Another one, he tries to do a diving splash to the table, and of course Orton moves.
Oh, that's so funny. One, we don't use the stupid logic that WWE did, where if you put yourself to the table, you lose. Because Big Show did that one time. And
well, to be fair, Cody drop kicked him into stepping through the table.
Yeah,
but
that was,
yes, he pretty much
was
put
the logic.
Yeah. Yeah, because trust me, I remember them trying to justify that the next night on Raw. I'm like, no, he just stepped through the table. Yeah, that was dumb. But yeah, so it actually does end. So Bubba sets up another table because he doesn't learn his lesson.
Yes.
Goes for a diving splash. Orton rolls to the other side of the table this time and just catches him with an RKO and wins.
Love it.
Which is Randy's third defense of the Evolve title for everyone keeping track at home. Scotty Too Hottie makes the big return though. Slides in, hits his wheelbarrow DDT on old Randy Orton to stake his claim at the championship that technically was never his, but used to be his.
Exactly. The title that evolved from the title he held.
Exactly. The last hardcore champion getting his wanting to get his ones back with the old Randall Keith. So last but not least, we have the main event of the night, which is Brock Lesnar, who obviously comes out with Paul Heyman, and Triple H, who is just coming out with Ric Flair as of what we saw with Randy.
Of course, yes. He is not in any condition to
say. Yes. In fact, Flair comes out, carries Orton to the back, and then Triple H comes out and he's like, "Okay, I guess we're doing this now. Referee, you take this young man to the trainer's room."
Yeah.
So Triple H obviously
they will see a therapy or a rehabilitation.
Yeah, get him in an ice bath, get some ice packs on him.
Exactly.
Get him a masseuse, whatever. Make it happen. But yeah, so I think this is like the fifth time we've had this match.
I don't know. It's a few.
I'm about to say it's happened a few times, but nothing wrong with the classic formula.
We also don't do like very close together. We're definitely months and months apart each time.
I'm about to say that's why we have to actually think like, how many times have I done this?
Yeah.
Like us combined have done this match a couple times, but yeah, it pretty much goes the same way as most of the other ones. Triple H tries to cheat.
Yep.
And then Brock is just a freak of nature, so the cheating doesn't work too well. At one point, Flair does successfully distract the referee. Triple H gets the old school sledgehammer, so the one he actually swings to hit people. Clocks Brock in this area with the sledgehammer, covers him, and of course Brock, the freak of nature he is, kicks out at 2. But the match evolves into F5, 1, 2, 3. Brock wins.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the way it works when you're that kind of wrestler.
Exactly.